So there are two main ways of getting up Glyder Fach and Glyder Fawr here in Snowdonia. One goes through the Ogwyn Valley, through the Ogwyn Cottage, up the Devil's Kitchen, take a sharp left, and then up that steep sort of shale path. Not ideal, too much for me, especially this time of year, but I really want to do it. The other way, go up Tryfan. Which way am I going to go here because it's boggy? Yeah, go up Tryfan and then you can cut across, which again, Tryfan, a little bit out of my comfort zone for a solo hiker this time of year. So what am I going to do? I found a new path. When I say path, it's not really a path. Can you see a path behind me? It's just like a little cutout. Not even a cutout, there's no path. It's just where the sheep have been walking, and I'm trying to stay on map with my compass and stuff. But it starts all the way down there in Capel Currig, I think it's called, and it's an 8-kilometre walk sideways. Basically, you're going over another mountain to get to them. Foel goch at 803 meters. Get past that, and then you've got Glyder Fach, Glyder Fawr, castell, gwynt, and you can even take a little detour and go up to Tryfan if you want. And this is a long, steady incline. It says a long, steady incline. This big hill that I've just done now isn't really on the map as a big hill, so we'll see how we get on with that one. But that's my plan. Again, you know me, spontaneous hike. I saw the path on OS Maps. I thought, oh, so I come here. I followed the path, and there isn't really a path there. Just like right here, right now, I've got two options. I can either take, see that little cutout just there? I can either take that, or that one just there, which goes up into there. So again, I've got to stop right now, check the OS Maps. I imagine that's what it's going to be like, but this is all bogland. Really squishy. We've had an awful lot of rain over the past 24 hours. It's no planned rain today. We've got low clouds of 500 meters and higher, so I'm going to be in a whiteout for the majority of the day, I would expect. We're not due any rain, and we are due snow on the summit. So I've got my new crampons in the back, my new mini spikes, because if you didn't know, I broke the last ones a few weeks ago. Look at that for a view. Even right behind me, look at that. Absolutely amazing. So due not actually that much wind today. Well, I say not that much. It's 40 mile an hour on the summits, which is still a lot, but not massively great. There's the path. You start in Castle Currig, just down there. Walk up and basically behind the farm building, and we're up on the path. So at least we now know we are on the path. We're going to go up and just basically follow it all the way along. We do have a little summit just there. Canopy Capel. Again, that's not a mountain, it's just a hill. It's only 444 meters above sea level. Still a nice hike, but it just gradually keeps going. There's another one, 441. Just gradually keeps going. Slowly goes a bit uphill there. You can tell by the Currig lines. Keep going, keep going. There you go. Foel goch, that's one of the Snowdonia and the Nuttall mountains. We can keep going. I'll zoom out a little bit, and then we pass over the miners' path. Now you can either go straight over to Tryfan, which is good enough as it is, just straight up there, and poof, there's Tryfan. Or we can just keep going straight on like I've plotted here, and you've got Glyder Fach just there, 944, and Glyder Fawr. Wow, that's the goal anyway, Glyder Fach and Glyder Fawr. However, with this being bogland, I don't want to do this at night time. I have got my night head torch, I have got my crampons, I can deal with it, but I don't want to if I don't have to. That's there just for emergency purposes only. I don't want to have to do this massive hike, come back down, aching like mad, and end up being stuck there. So close to the car, but still stuck there. I don't want that. I've decided to come up that little sort of rock path that's actually just more mud. You've got to keep stopping every few seconds to figure out where you're going to put your feet. So I don't know if this is going to be a continuing theme the whole way up. Wow. But I'm going to go up that little crevice over this way sort of thing, and we're going to see what it's going to be like further up. I have no shame, as you've seen by some of my videos, to say that's beyond my reach. I ain't going to do that today. This is like a little waterfall. It's just slushy everywhere. Ooh, is that safe? Yeah. Ooh. Trying to figure out the right rock placements for your feet is horrendous. I'm going to concentrate. And you get to the top, you come up to a little path that either goes up there or a path that goes around there. But see that white stuff on the hill over there? Let's go and check that out. Whee! Oh wow. Wait until you see this, guys. Just wait, are you ready? Oh, it gets better. Whoosh. Look at that little sprinkling dandruff on the top. How cool is all that? So let's have a think, where would that be? That would be the A5. So that would lead us down to the Ogwen Valley. That'll go straight down to the Ogwen Valley, so that'll be the Cardinals up there. Wow. Just look at it there. It's just cascading over the actual mountain just there. Oh wow. The floor hasn't dried out yet, it's still squelching underfoot, but I'm about to go up there. See, it's strange when you start getting quite high up. The path becomes that little bit more clearer than what it was when you were down there. But I have a feeling I'm not going to be coming back down this way, which is the original plan. And that's solely because it's very, very wet, very, very slippery. And to be fair, I don't feel safe going back down here. Like even now, if I turned around to go back down, I wouldn't go back down this way. Whew. I think it's just solely because we've had a ton of rain here over the last the last 48 hours. But we're getting there. It's strange to think that we're not even 400 meters up yet, and it's already this beautiful and this challenging. It's just like sheer slides, basically, just rock slides the whole way down. Not even gravel or anything where you can slip down. Just one slab of slate going down, a bit like these. Just a slab, just like that. You've got to try and scramble up it when there's water running down them. It's a bit tricky. Whew. But there's no actual write-up on this route. Nobody has physically sat down and done like a review on this route for me to reach. I've just found it on the map. Couldn't find anything on Google. So I think I might do that little review myself, just to give further people a bit of insight into what this is like. Because it's different to what I was expecting. Don't get me wrong, it's still fun. We've just come up to the top end of that scramble, because that was just a scramble. And coming up, oh, I think we're starting to get into the clouds. We've got some more like mountain peaks up here. They're not mountains because, like I say, we're not even 400 meters up yet, but at least the path's a little bit more clearer. I say that now, but I know it's there. Then which way does it go? So when I say it's wet, I mean, look, you can see the water all the way across the actual path that we're walking on. It's just soaking wet. I mean, it's horrendous. But I think our path is actually up there. There we go, summit of the first hill. Remember the first one, 444 metres above sea level. Marked by that stone there. We've got a little bit of wind now. The wind's not bad actually, it's only... We're supposed to get winds up to 40, I think, so double this. But as you can tell, we're in the clouds, and I generally starting to think actually maybe this might not actually be the summit, because out of the clouds, just up there, there's something white on top of the hill. But I'm not 100% sure if it's just sheep or not. Oh god, it's very, very boggy, and it's taken me ages to sort of scoot around the bits of the bog. The path's become a little bit more apparent now, maybe because it's just a sheep path, but the path itself I can't actually use because it's all just bogged out. It's just a big bog. But you have to sit there, stand there for a second. Right, which way is the best way to go over? Hop, skip. Oh, wet, wet, wet. Ah! Don't jump onto a stone because I might slip on my ass. And up here, I can't slip over, so you've got to be careful. And it was a sheep. I'll show you. There you go. Mr. Sheepy McSheepface. So that was the summit just there. So we've just got to keep going along now to the mountain. Fairly flat for a good bit actually. Then it starts climbing again up to goch. That's our first proper mountain of the day. The sheep's just not moving out of the path. Hi geezer. You coming, mate? Does that use the people? Oh god, I'm picking up a bit. So that's the thing about being in the clouds, you don't know whether there's a big ridge on that side. Oh, sorry guys. I raised my voice so you guys could hear me, and they all scarpered because they're a bit scared. Sorry. Actually, is this the path? Because it just comes to an end. No, that's the path there. Right, I'm going to check the map and double check it and then try and follow this path. It looks boggy. The problem with it being dead flat and straight and stuff like that means there's going to be a lot of surface water, which which is something that I don't want. Go away. Come on, guys, you don't want the rain either, do you? Come on, sing it with me. Rain, rain. Okay, then maybe not. Maybe they like the rain because it's sort of up in this white-out conditions. They're a bit camouflaged. We're about a quarter of the way through the hike at the minute. This is drizzle now. It's like sort of a really gentle rain. I don't know if you can see the rain actually going sideways. It's all good fun. I have got an issue. Both of my feet are wet. I walked in a piece that looked good and off I went. So I've got wet feet now. It's not the end of the world because when I stop, I've got stuff like talcum powder which can help dry it out. I've got another pair of socks. It's not the end of the world. I'm just going to see how far I can get with these actually on. Just keep nice and warm, keep motivated, keep moving, that sort of thing. But I'm loving this. I really wish the last couple of videos I had views to show you guys, because the views up here are going to be absolutely breathtaking. I mean, over that sort of way you've got sort of the Riddew and the Rangers path up Snowdon, all the way that way. Just in front of us we've got that hill to climb, and we're sort of up and down. I wish it wasn't as wet the whole way up here so far. It's just been bog, but I've not seen anybody, I've not heard anybody, nothing like that. That is sort of a twofold good and bad. Oh no, I was going to stay in. I was going to climb that while I was talking to you guys, but no. Yeah, twofold good and bad. Good, it's quiet, it's peaceful. I'm on my own. I can just do what I want when I want, sort of thing. Downside, rescue if I need it. It's just a bit touchy. I have got phone signal though, so that's a bonus. I have got my battery pack to charge my phone because I'm using my phone for navigation. Do you hear the plane? We're getting a lot of planes flying over really fast, like the jets and stuff. That's typical of Snowdonia because they do a lot of the training around here. They've got a loop called the Mac loop where they go over Llyn Ogwen and they can turn a corner at max speeds, and it's quite cool to watch, to be fair. You sort of hear it and you're looking over there thinking, because that's where the sound's coming from, and really the plane's all the way over there because it's already beat the sound barrier. It's absolutely fascinating. What do you guys think of the hat? Ogwen Valley Group. I'm on a Facebook group called Ogwen Valley Group, and you can see the picture is Adam and Eve off the top of Tryfan. If you want them, go over there and check them out, because I think it cost me like, I don't know, 12 quid. Double knitted, she knitted it herself. You can get baubles on the top, you get all different colours. I just like this one because if I sink in the mud, go, my head's only poking out, people can still spot me. That was my logic behind it. I'm trying to figure out how to actually get over this piece of bog without getting too wet. I think I'm just going to have to go all the way around, up and over there, and then start making my way all the way up there. Top tip with the navigation, which the reason I like the OS Maps app. Don't get me wrong, I do have a paper map in my bag. Oh god, that's soaking. I went off route without knowing it. All the way back there, I sort of carried on walking along what looked like the path. I just do about a quarter of a mile later, check my map, and the map went that way, but my path was sort of drifting off slowly that way. So I don't know if it was like a sheep path that I was following or something like that. That's soaking. That's soaking. Oh, my foot sank again. Holding on for dear life. Oh, right. Yeah, so the app found me, and put myself back on track. But if I didn't have the OS Maps app where it pinpoints your GPS location the whole time, I wouldn't have known that I'd strayed off that map. Just something to consider. God, it's all boggy up here as well. Oh, there we go. It's all boggy up here too. So I'm sort of finding myself walking on the edge of the path where the grass is. But let's keep going. Sorry to keep jargoning on for like literally 3.5 minutes then. When you get up here, it's nice to talk. And I can be a YouTuber without anybody seeing me. It's embarrassing when you're doing it going up Snowdon. Then again, you do see a few other people doing it. Oh, that was a bit rough, that bit. It's just flat land for about 1 kilometre, just dead flat, squishy, ankle deep bog. Oh, that was hard work, that bit. But now I've got to go that way, along a path that I can't see. But I've got the map, I've got the GPS and stuff. I really hope this ground dries out. It's really challenging finding your right foot placement. See, straight in the water there. It's really challenging finding the right foot place, but still fun though. As you can tell, it's very cloudy up here. There's some water. I found a path. Yeah. So the way I'm doing it, I'm just walking along the path or a flattened piece of grass, trying my hardest to not sink in the bog. And oh Christ, the actual, I don't know if you can see it, the mountain's actually coming into into view there. We're at the end of the flat now, so it's now we've got about 2 kilometers, 1.5 kilometers of incline. So I really hope it's like not this bogland and not too slippy of rock, because I do have wet feet and I don't want to slip on any rocks. But we're coming up to the first mountain. Well, we're about 1.5 kilometers away from it. Let's keep going. Oh yes, look, it's a little path. We've got a little path. Yay! It's going to be slippy, I can tell you that straight up, and I don't think it's going to go all the way, but well chuffed, we've got a little path. Sturdy footholds. Woo! It's amazing. It's the little things in life that matter, isn't it? So according to the map, it's up this hill, flat for a little bit, then up another one, and then we're up on goch, which is that 804 metre tall mountain. Joy with that is down at the bottom of this hill, we were at 400, so we're climbing at 400 now, 400 metres. That gets us closer to the 919 for tryfan and the 1001 for, I think it's glyder Fach or glyder fawr that's 1,000. I don't know, let's get up here. I don't know if you can see it. Up over the steps, and then the path basically goes straight up. 200 foot straight up on what looks like grass, so this should be fun. Not so much fun, but more an endurance case, shall we say. We made it up that first ridge. Oh, that took it out of me a little bit, that did, but the map says the incline slows down. It's still inclining, but it slows down. We're going to go up there, then it flattens out a little bit to another peak. Actually, I didn't really notice. Gildy off. I don't know, whatever it's called. So hopefully there's a trig marker up there, and I'm going to check on my map later to see if that's actually a mountain, because it is 764 metres above sea level, which classes it as a mountain. Fast forward to when we get home, we've got these little, it's just pinpoints of all the mountains with all of the names and the heights of all the mountains. That one's for the lakes, this one's for Snowdonia. Obviously, take the light switch thing out of the way. Now, this is supposed to be all the Snowdonia nuttals, the nuttal mountains in Snowdonia, but it's not. Why? Because I can't see. Let's have a go. We've got up here, Conway, down here, Betsy Coed. You've got down here like the Snowdon, just there. You've got all the mountains. These are the glyders. These are the ones I'm walking. So I actually parked down here in Chapel Currid and I walked up there. So I've got 2 peaks here. Then all of these ones here is the sort of thing. Now I've just noticed when I've got home, number 34. We'll go down to number 34. Gildy goch. That's a mountain. It is a mountain. There we go. So that's another one I can tick off here. So we've just up to there. That's where we're heading now. Then we're coming up to there. Number 27 is foel goch at 805. Then it goes round to these ones. But we'll come back to that one slightly later. I don't think this is all of the nuttal mountains that are in Snowdonia, because Cadair Idris isn't on there. That's more sort of down this way, sort of over here sort of area. Yeah, that sort of area. But it's great because it's got all of them on there, including the Snowdonia 3000s, which is the list that I want to actually do. I've done Snowdon, I've done Cribby Dilog, whatever that is. Top tip, to find that one, it's dead easy. There's Snowdon, and you just got to go basically back on yourself as if you were going towards Crib Goch. There's a little trig marker up there, so it's not that much of a challenge to get there. Number 15 is actually Crib Goch, just there. What else have I done? Egan. I've done Egan. So Egan is actually, where is the glyders? Up here. So Egan is just there. So that's where I actually wild camped one night. Oh, I've done it again. I went off track slightly, and I've just been walking across thinking, hold on a second, I've gone off track a little bit, but I was still following a path up, so I think it was following it up to somewhere else. Looking at that, so I diverted off, went my own sort of way to try and figure out where my track was, and I found it. But shit, rock face I had to scramble down. Luckily it's a bit bouldery, so I sort of walked a couple hundred yards down that way, come back down and walk back up here. But guess what? Our first sighting of snow. We're about 650 metres there or thereabouts, and we got our first snow. Luckily, the wind chill factor today is only 3 degrees, so it's not freezing mist firing at me. Granted, I've got the mist still firing at me, but the sun's trying its hardest to poke through every now and then, which is amazing. Oh, did I just see a blue sky up there? Oh no, I didn't. I saw that peak. But we got our first snow. More snow and bog. Oh, we've got to be getting close because check out the landscape now. It's just a big boulder field now, and it gets worse going up. Holy mother of hell, it's just come. Look how high up I'm looking. That's the camera pointing right the way down. We have come again off track slightly because there wasn't a path going up there, but there was a path coming down here. So I figured if I get to that trig point there and then have a look at the path and see if the path goes that way. If it goes that way through that crevasse just there, then that'll be an easier way up than that way. That's my thinking on it. That's what it looks like on the map, but I'm going to get to up here and have a look. Worst case scenario, I'll head back, go to that path and find that path going up. I think there's a bit of scrambling coming because it is quite steep and we're starting to hit the snow, so the snow spikes may come out any minute. Little problem, something I've got to keep in mind. There's a lot of water running down that path. That's all melting ice. And it's not too much snow, but it's still avalanche worthy. So I've got to keep that in mind and probably scale around it, I think. If I'm going to be doing scaling like that, I literally come away from the snow and climb up the rocks on the side. That was sketchy, that was quite hard to be fair. But got up to here, a guilty graph. That's the summit point just there, I've just been up. But we've got more snow. I'm heading that way up to what I suspect is a path that I can see up there, and going from there. I'm going to keep an eye on the snow levels. I don't really want to be putting me snow mini spikes on my feet while I'm still going through mud, because it's just going to clog them up and it's going to make things a lot harder. So if I can scale around parts of the snow, bonus. That sun that's coming out, you know, that big yellow thing in the sky, hopefully that'll melt it all off. That's oh god, both a good thing and a bad thing. If it melts it all off, it's gone, bonus. If it melts it and then freezes, which it's planning to tonight, that's going to make it sketchy tonight. Whew. If it's frozen here at 700 meters, chances are it's going to be frozen on the summit, which means it's possibly going to be a load of what's the word, like a load of moisture, a load of water, a load of other hazards up on the glyders. But we'll discuss that and conquer that when we get to it. Look, there's a yellow thing in the sky. It's amazing how much the sun can just build your spirits back up. You've seen me go through a massive emotional roller coaster so far today, and I'm still not at the first mountain. Well, that is, unless that's actually classed as a mountain. But I've made my way back onto the path that I should have naturally have been on. Seems to be a lot of that going on. The paths that I'm following are just not on the map. Oh, I nearly said a naughty word because I have a feeling the gliders have just come into view. Holy mother of God. I wish there was no clouds, because this view would be absolutely stunning. There's Tryfan. You can even see Adam and Eve right the way up there. Wow. Oh yeah. Now on another flat bit boggy bit before the actual summit of the mountain that we're going up, and we found this little, I think they call them a lin, or sometimes they call them a crib. I don't know what the difference is. If you know, let me know in the comments down below, because I'm still learning all this sort of stuff. But how beautiful is that? The sun just shining over it. If there was no clouds, that would be amazing, because we'd have Tryfan over there in the background as well. I bet that would be a nice picture from sort of there, looking over a flat, calm lake, right the way up to Tryfan. That would be amazing. But we've got the summit in front of us, and there's a little bit of snow just there. We're still on bogland, because obviously we're near that lake. But that's the thing, all the snow is going to be melting around. It's going to be going into that, and then that's going to be spreading all over the mountains. Just like that one there. Some mountains just there in the distance, which you can't really see on camera. We've got Tryfan, literally just there. It's just there. You can see Adam and Eve on the top and everything. I'm going to try and get it where the clouds, if we get a second where the clouds aren't there, that'll be an amazing photo. It'd be even nicer from off the summit of this mountain. I keep forgetting the name of this one. Foel goch. I'm probably going to forget it again. So I've come up to a bit of a conundrum, and I've been sat here for 10 minutes trying to work it out. So I've got that lake just there, and it's all just bogland, but there's a big circle of bog blocking off my path. I've been around the lakes trying to get around them. That's not worked. It's just pure bog outside. there's just no way I can physically get across without keeping my feet, or without getting my feet any more wetter. And I've been running around checking the ground just to see how firm it is, and there is no firm spots on this ground. So I guess I'm just going to have to find the thinnest part and just yeet myself over. I got wet. I jumped over and it was bog on the other side that I couldn't see, hidden bog, so I was like, ah! So I got a bit wet again. Oh, but we're nearly at the summit of the first mountain. It's taking forever. We're only about halfway through the hike as well. But the second half of the hike is where all the fun happens. That's where we hit all the summits that we want to hit. Oh, so I've hit a bit of a lull now. I'm so close to... Wait there, I know it. Foel goch. Yes, foel goch. I'm so close to it. Just before it, I've hit a lull. I'm like, oh. Whew. So a little bit of sugar. All I've got. A little bit of sugar, chocolate, and then carry on. That'll give me the spur to get up there. Then once I get up there, I get the sense of achievement that I've actually got up there and done it, and that'll push me to go over to the glyders. Now the glyders are it drops down from 800 down to 740, and it stays on that for a while. Then it starts to slowly climb back up towards the glyders. That's where I can decide whether I turn off and do tryfan first or go back to just stay on the glyders. I'm thinking, because of my wet feet and stuff, I might just stay on the glyders and leave tryfan for just a tryfan day out sort of thing with a few friends. I don't know. The weather's not ideal for tryfan. My feet are not ideal for tryfan. So I'll see you when I get to the top of here. There we go. Foel goch, 805 metres above sea level. I've got to touch it. I've got the clouds behind me, and every now and then I get a little break and I keep seeing tryfan and I think, there we go. Whew! I wish there was views to show everybody, but there just isn't. Oh, the wind! Oh, the weather outside is frightful. Let's get that down to the path. Get out this wind for a second and I'll explain the next leg of this. I'm well chuffed with that. It's a bit windy up here, so I'm straight down this path. Now it's a straight path, I'm going to kick a little bit, go nice and flat, then start ascending quite steep, quite heavily, quite spacious. That's going to be the killer. So that is going up to glyder Fach, then over to glyder fawr, 994 metres above sea level, then in the middle of them, we've got castell gwynt, which is a new one of the Snowdonia 3000s that they've just added up there. Not a lot of people know about that. People summit it all the time and don't give themselves credit for doing so. Right, I'm going to put everything on charge, so I still have navigation. I'll speak to you in a bit. Holy mother of shitballs, we've got tryfan with no clouds. You can even spot Adam and Eve all the way up there. Granted, that's one of the smaller mountains on the Ogwen Valley. No, it's not, it's the third, fourth, I don't know, maybe fifth tallest in the Ogwen Valley. The one we're going up is still in the clouds. But there's tryfan in all of its might. Just look at that, the Ogwen Valley from a different angle. You've got tryfan just over there, two glyders just over there, and all the way down there you've got a glyders. Wow, whoa. But we're at the marker now. This is the cairn. I'll try and you might hear some wind. Just there, that's the cairn. This is the backup plan number one. So we're going up the glyders all the way up there. That's the plan. Backup plan number one. If that doesn't work out, come back down here, follow that path down, and it takes us down the side of tryfan back to the main road, which we can walk back to the car if so need to. Look at that. We've only been talking for like 30 seconds. The wind, the clouds have already come back in. That's how unpredictable it can be up here. Boulder field now. Check that out. I just keep looking up at that point there because that's where I'm going. I've just got to try and work my way across. Still got wet boots, so the rocks are naturally slippy. We still have some snow, but right this second we've just tipped the 900 metre mark. Highest we've been all day. And tryfan just keeps coming in and out of the clouds. It's amazing. I've got some great pictures, but this is the sole reason I came here. This is why I wanted to do that. I just looked at the glyders so many times and thought, oh yes, I'd love to get up there, but the natural paths going up there are just too much. And then I randomly stumbled across this path on the map. above, that's where we're going. We're so close, but I'm taking it nice and steady because my calves are starting to hurt, my feet are still soaking wet. So I don't want to get overexcited and start. Oh, look, check this out, tryfan's back out of the actual clouds. Just there. That's how high we are. We can see I'm above tryfan. But look at the clouds rolling in. Look how fast they're rolling. But it looks like I've got a bit of scrambling to do now. So I'm so close to the summits. I'm like literally less than 100 metres ascent away from the summit of Glyder Fach, and then only a few more feet to go up to Glyder Fach, Glyder Floor, Glyder Four, Glyder Few. Oh, I don't know how to pronounce any of these. So I'm going to try and ascend this. I got to the top of that. That's the last scramble. It's a solid scramble, grade 1 straight up, but it's not too high. It's about 80 metres. But which way do I go up? I'm going to sit here and start planning that. I'm going to wait till I've got like a little break in the clouds. I've followed the well-trodden sort of grass verge area. It seems to be going up to that grass verge and going up. But I have seen up there's like a ridge area. So I'm tempted to just sort of go up that well-trodden bit there and up that ridge. I don't know. I'll decide when the clouds clear a little bit. I'm most of the way up. I think it's just over that ridge, then it flattens out slightly to the gliders. But I don't know whether when it flattens out is terrain just like this. That's my problem with the snow. I can just put my spikes on and just go. But if this terrain is just like that, underneath the snow, one wrong foot, I'll snap my ankle. Not worth it. So I'm just clambering around the rocks. And it is hard work, but the reward is well outweighs the effort. One thing I don't like is I had two people that I saw in the distance in front of me come up here, and I can't see their footprints in the snow. So it'd be handy if they did, because then I could just follow their footsteps. But they must have done what I'm doing. So while the cloud cover just come back in, I just took that time to sit down and whack my mini spikes on to try and tackle it straight up. Now the reason I'm doing that is not just because I'm doing it. There's a little path, little gravel track that comes up. So I'm tempted it goes up there, and I think I see some older sort of footprints walking up there. So I'm going to attempt it. Take it nice and gingerly, nice and gentle, and go from there. It worked. I'm so glad I brought the snow spikes. Right, I'm going to get them off and then continue that way. It's a bit spooky up here. We've just got this little like flat spot just here, nice cairn there, a sheer drop over that side, and then like 10-foot steps this way, a sheer drop there, and we've got to go and ramble over that, I think. Jesus Christ, I've just got disorientated like mad. I thought I had to go through there, and I looked on the other side and there's nothing, and I'm like, what? But the map says it's flat. I was like, oh no, so what was I doing? That's the actual picture that you see everybody taking of Glyder Fach. So I'm going to get actually up to the summit now. I've found out where I am, what I'm doing, all that sort of stuff, thank God. This is the joy of the OS Maps app. I got proper disorientated, but I found out the direction I need to go now, solely because the OS Maps app has the GPS pin on it, thank God. But I dropped my bag over there somewhere while I went and got a picture with that. And where did I put it? Oh, there. It's up here somewhere. Right, so now I'm not going over there. I'm going that way. Oh, I've only got about 3 hours of daylight left. Let's get this sorted. There we go. I found it. Yay! 994 metres above sea level. Let's scramble it. Wow, right. It's a bit windy, but Cassie now Gwynt, 972 just there, all the way over there, Glyder Fach, just got Glyder 4, and then we can start heading down. It's up there. Just look at it, Castell Gwynt. Oh, I don't understand it all too much, but wow, that's massive. So to recap then, the gliders, we went up that path there, we've done those two, we come up to there, which was Glyder Fach, and can you see where it sort of just drops off the end? That's where we got disorientated. We should have done that little left turn and come over here, but we just got massively disorientated. Just it's another lesson learnt through the maps. We'd come over to here, number 9. That's the castell y gwynt. That's number 9. So all we've got to do now is straight over to glydder fawr. I learnt how to say it properly because I met somebody just up there and he was like, yeah, I've just been up to glydder fawr. So that's what I'm going to call it from now on. It could be wrong, but it might not be. We've got to drop down that steep, that's the sort of scree, really loose decline. And it declines about 300 metres down. It's a steep one. And then we've got this steep scramble down the Devil's Kitchen before we go back around Llyn, and then we're down here. That's when we decide whether we walk all the way back along the road in darkness, because we're not going to be able to get back in daylight, so we're either going to do it that way, that's the safest option, or I might just see if I can find a bus. If there's a bus stop there, I might check the bus times and just see how long it actually takes to get over there, or to see how long I'm going to be waiting for a bus. Back on, we're down off them. We've still got glydder fawr to do. We're just to reach the T-junction. One goes up there, one goes down there. We're going to take the down one solely because the up one is y Gribbin. If you don't know y Gribbin, it's like a gnarly bridge that takes you straight down. I trapped myself on that, but it's not only Gribbin. Nope, that was the wrong one. We went down the wrong one. We only went a few hundred yards to check the map again just to make sure, and that was the wrong one. We've got to go up that y Gribbin one, and then it turns off left. This is a different path taking you somewhere completely different. We've got 1 kilometre left. And it's the first time we've had a proper path. Check that out. 1 kilometre left, and my goal that I believed couldn't be completed will be completed. That's only half the trip today, because I've got to try and get back down a very dangerous scree section, and then go down the Devil's Kitchen, which in the wet is just treacherous, and then try and walk back to the car, which is about 5 miles. All for the caves! Wow, just look at that. That's going up towards glydder fawr, which is where I'm going. Last one. Woo! And the clouds cleared for a clear summit. Check that out. And the clouds are coming back in now. Watch how fast I actually go. Right at the top in the back there is where we're going. It's literally half a kilometre away. We did it! Glydder fawr. Wow! Look at the scenery up here. It's blown a go. That's 4 mountains today, 3 of them over 3,000 foot. 3 are the Snowdonia 3000. Now we've just got the treacherous part trying to get down. That's arguably the hardest part from up here. I'm proper over the moon. I've done it. I've improved. I've done it on myself. Yes, I'm trying to prove myself. No, that's just a really nose. It's just wow. I'm at 1,001 metres above sea level. What? I wish we had views. I bet the views would be absolutely amazing for you. The sun keeps popping out every now and then. What we've got now is a treacherous bit. So we've got to go down, and it starts going down quick. Then it hits a scree section, which is like gravel, and it slips under your foot, and that goes about 200 foot down, really steep. That's the bit that scares me. Then we've got to go down the Devil's Kitchen, which is basically to scramble the whole way down, and it's going to be wet, and there's going to be water running down it because obviously all the snow's melting. But then I've got to get back to like Llyn, get back to the Ogwen cottage, and then I've got a 5 mile walk back to the car. I am proper chuffed. I've done it. There's the rock formation that everybody takes a picture of when they come up here. It's cool, isn't it? I mean, like the sort of scree path I've got to go down, it's just a sheer drop. It just drops off, it's like nearly vertical, so I've got to take this bit nice and easy. I'm virtually down, virtually. Like I said, there's Llyn. So I'm virtually down. I've done that scree section. That was the bit I was scared the most about. Luckily, I bumped into this young couple that just gotten up there, and they thought, now they can't go any further, so they turned around and went back down. They asked me to join them because they could see that I was a bit nervous. That's the whole purpose of me not doing those summits now, is that scree slope. It's about 300 metres, nearly vertical, dead loose scree. It wasn't good enough for me, and to be fair, me coming down it now, I know I still won't go up there. It really isn't my cup of tea, so to speak. My voice is going a bit funny for some reason, I don't know why. Maybe it's the fresh air. Ooh. I still can't believe I'm stoked as anything. There you go. Just see, there's the Devil's Kitchen that I've just come down as well. So we're coming into the Ogwen Valley, then straight walk down the path. I'm actually going to see if I've got a face mask in my bag. I think I have. And then I'm gonna see if there's a bus or something like that, because it's a good, I don't know, 5 or 6 mile down to where the car's parked from here. Oh, look at the cute little bridge. How cool is that? Yeah, that young couple though, they were up there and then they went in front of me. They went the other way around the lake, but then I saw them get into a bit of bother. So I sort of tried to help. They helped me out down, so I helped them out. And they've gone the other way around the lake now, so I don't have to worry about being embarrassed on camera. Oh God. Right, I'll see you when I get to the beach, because the beach is beautiful. I've got this massive sense of satisfaction and achievement. And do you know what's even better? It's been a windy day. We've not had many views, but the moon has come out. Oh, you can't even see it on camera. Oh, you can just there. The moon's come out over Tryfan to say, well done, mate. I can't believe it. I've ticked off 4 brand new mountains in the Snowdonia 3000s. No, I haven't. I've ticked off 3 of the Snowdonia 3000 and one of the other Nuttall mountains. I was so chuffed. And I even got another trip down the Devil's Kitchen. That seems to get sketchier and sketchier every time I come down there. I may have to knock that on the head for the rest of winter, because it was dead icy. Maybe just in the Ogwen Valley, just down here, everything's trapped. It's like its own little ecosystem. So maybe the temperature's a bit trapped down here as well. It is a little bit chilly. But I'm absolutely made up. I'm a little bit gutted in the fact that well, the clouds have been in all day. We've had little patches over Tryfan where we've managed to actually get some nice shots of Tryfan. But now, if we go that side, the clouds are all going away now. I love this place, Linigwell. Do you know why? That's why. Look at how dramatic that is, with all the clouds all over the actual top of the mountains. They're not even the top of the mountains, that's the top of Devil's Kitchen. Then you've got that big scree thing going all the way up. Over that side you've got Egan, and with the moon directly above it you've got Tryfan. Yes, live life.